And I'm going to report that too. All right, perfect. Okay, let's go do the first one. All right, so the first thing I do whenever I see a site, a page, is I want to find the contacts that are for this specific page. So I don't care about the contacts for this page or for some other department within this domain. I want the contacts that are for this particular page that I'm giving you. So always remember that when you open up a link, remember that I only want the best contacts for this particular page. Sometimes this page, this could be a department, sometimes. So I want the contacts for that department, ideally the best. Now, sometimes there are no contacts for the specific page. So then I go and find the contacts for the whole, like the best contacts for the whole website. So that can be a little bit confusing sometimes, but once you get the hang of it, it can be easier as you go along with it. So again, I'm looking at the whole page. I'm looking on the right side to see if there's contacts for this page. And there is nothing. I look on the left side of this page and see if there's contacts. Sometimes there's contacts or team information. And I don't see anything. Sometimes on the very top small print of the particular page, there's contact information. But here there's nothing. I don't see anything. Sometimes it says, for more information, email, blah, 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 blah. But in this case, there's nothing. So then now, what I do is then I look at this. Is this a department or anything? No, it's just a particular page. Yes. And then I start looking at the whole site.
Sure, sure. There is no department.
Right. So then I start looking at the whole site. So I go click on contact. And it so happens that here it's very easy. This is maybe one of the easiest page examples that I can give you. All the contacts are right here. Now, what's very important is that I like these to be in order. Again, this is why I included this column. Super important, very important, important, okay, and then just general email. And this is where what I was telling you before, it's important to have a good understanding of the English language, because, for example, executive director, that's very important. So I would put this one first, but then I need to remember that I need a contact that can help me change something on this website, on this web page. So, because what I'm gonna do is I'm going to email these contacts and I'm going to ask them to, hey, John, I need you to change something, or I need you to add something on your page here. I'm going to ask them a question. I'm going to tell them to change this, or I'm going to tell them to add something else here on this page. So I need to email the best person that can actually do that for me, So understand that That's very important. You have to understand that, because then when I look at the names of the contacts here, I need to think who will help me change something on that page. So this communications manager, maybe this is visual, but it's still pretty good. Communications manager, marketing. That's very important. So now I think I will email this person first, because this is the marketing manager. Typically, marketing and communications team members, they have control of the website. Typically, more 90% of the time, marketing or communications, they have control of the website.
Yes.
So in this case, I'm gonna put marketing manager, Amy, marketing manager. And then I need to look, they're located in Athens, Ohio, so that's the city. Ohio state is Athens. I mean, city's Athens, sorry. Here, I don't need to mark anything because it's very easy. I don't need to mark anything here. And I'll for the time, I don't, the last name, I'll leave it, but I'll just add it without spouse. All right, so then that's the first one that I would add as the most important. Then the second one, I'll put the executive director, because this one's very important. I mean, it's very close. I could do this one first or second. The only reason I picked this one because it's marketing, and they may be able to help me a lot faster. Sometimes the higher, the more important it is, the busier, and they're very busy, and they may ignore my email. So sometimes these people are not as busy and they will respond to my email. But second one, I'll put executive director. And I would not be upset if you put executive director first and then Amy second. I mean, it's a very close. Um, these two are very close.
I think visual communication director is also important, manager.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So what will be first, executive director or visual communication manager?
Actually, hold on. Actually, that maybe actually I just read this again. So this one, digital content manager. Now this.
No, under this one, visual communication
Oh,
manager.
right. But digital content. So content. I think I would choose this one actually, because I just read it again. So digital content manager, that's someone that actually changes that's the actual definition for that is someone that changes like the content of a website. It's digital content manager. So actually I would put this one. Maybe even above Amy, but yeah, content. Now actually I'm thinking Kristen could actually be the second one. or because again, this job title, digital content manager, that's typically someone that changes something on the website. But it's close. I mean, these are very, very good contexts right here. Visual, sure, I will include that one because it has a communications part. And lastly, partnership, no. Operations, sure, I can add that one. Now, this one doesn't seem to have a general email. A general, to me, just so that everybody understands, a general email to me would be like info, this is an example, info@AthensOhio.com. That would be like a general email. That's just an example that there's no name associated to that email. But this page, it doesn't seem like there's a general email, so, and it's fine. I can just use this one too because it's a good contact operations coordinator. Or actually, because, okay, ignore that. I'll use another manager. Why? Because typically a manager has more power than a coordinator. Unless if this said content coordinator, then oh yeah, definitely it's content coordinator because it relates directly to the web page. But this is operations, so not as uh, uh, not as relatable. Manager, sure, but I wouldn't be mad. I mean, the best, most important ones were executive director, uh, digital content manager, marketing manager. These are like the very, very, very important. You have to have these. The other ones, I'm okay, you know, uh, with picking either one really, because we have really good ones already. Um, all right, and then all of these other ones, the same would be the same throughout. All right, so then that's fine. Now this one, do you guys have any questions? Hello?
Hello?
And
No
sorry,
question, no question.
I can't hear you.
Safed. Hello, Safed.
Yes.
Do you have any question about this one?
No problem.
Okay, so this, all right, so that one was an example of a very, very easy one. That was a very, very easy one for the most part. This one, I believe it's gonna be one of the hardest ones, if I remember correctly. Okay, yeah, so every time, yeah, typically these government department websites, these are the typically some of the hardest ones. Uh, but again, you just have to remember that I only want the context for the specific page that you're looking at right now. Like I want the context for this community resources page, for this page. You have to remember that. So again, I look on the right. Sometimes there's contacts here for this page. I don't see anything. I look on the left. Sometimes I see something, contacts, or maybe sometimes I see team information, team member or staff, about us, something here. No, I don't see anything here either. And then sometimes again on the top it says for more information or for suggestions, email XXX person. I don't see anything here. So, all right, now I need to find the home page for this particular, page right here. So if I click here, home, no, that's the main home for that. If I click, if I work backwards, okay, is there a contact for this department? It says email, but this is a contact form. Yeah, both of them are contact form, so that doesn't help me. And here, nope. All
Here
right.
is the email.
So
Here is the email in the right side. Right side email. Scroll down, please. Here is the email. Media contact.
oh yeah, I saw that too right here. Contact inquiries, like, and this is a contact form. So
Oh shit.
yeah, and then I'm not a big fan of contact forms. I know in the Excel I have a contact forms column, but I'm not a big fan of it. I prefer emails. But anyway, my so I looked at all of it. There's no actual contacts here or here on the left side, and I wanted it for that page that I told you. But now, then I go to Plan B then, and Plan B is okay. I want the best contacts that that will help me change something on that page. So that typically, since this is a government site, typically they may have someone in communications or the city manager, for example, or there's a public information officer, but I don't see anything here. So if I click on city manager's office, this is the city manager, Spencer Cronk.
Yes.
I'm trying to see if there's an email here. Well, let's see, city directories. There's his name again, but let's see if there's an email. No. All right, so then what I do, so that I don't waste too much time, typically I do this first so I don't waste too much time, is then I use Google to help me. And then I'm trying to find, okay, so then I'm seeing this, and then I'm seeing these other sites that have district member, alter, blah, 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 Spencer Funk, more of his email, city manager, Spencer Funk. So I see a pattern of, okay, there's this email of him. So then I know that, okay, this is the most likely the best email for him, and that's the city manager. And then now I know, okay, I'm gonna put that one first because the city manager for a government site basically controls the whole website. City manager. Now, one thing to remember again, because this is one of the mistakes that I've seen happen a lot for these pages. Sometimes, for example, just pretend that here it said John COVID-19 manager, and it said his email here. Then that person would be number one because it's here and it's the main person, main contact for this page. And then the city manager would be number two in that example. Because again, I want the contacts that are in for this particular, section, for this particular page. That's the most important thing. The only reason why I went to government and then to the city manager for the whole website, the only reason I went there was because there were no contacts for COVID-19 department, the COVID-19 section for this page. There were no contacts, as you can tell. There were no contacts here that I could use. That's the only reason why I went to the city manager's page. And also,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead. If you have a question?
No. I understand.
Okay. And yeah, just and this is one of the main things that I noticed that it was probably a little bit confusing or hard. So if this is hard and you run into one of these that's hard, then make sure you'll always make sure to mark this yes, so that when I or you are reviewing this first, you immediately go to the ones that are marked yes, check first, so that you can double check easily.
Okay.
And after this, I'm trying to see if there's another there's a quickly. I'm gonna look if there's a communications. Department or anything like that. But I don't see anything here yet. And this is what I'm doing right now. This is just me doing extra work, a little bit extra work, trying to see if there's more contacts. So typically I do that by finding the directory. And if that's the directory, so there's no communication. Okay. Public information, but this is for fire. You see, it would be for the fire department, and that's not what I want.
City directory. Can I check this?
What's that? Oh, okay.
City
Hold on.
directory.
I think I found it. So this is the directory for the department. So city manager, I told you that was very good. This is the one. Okay, this is one to keep in mind for government sites and also some other big organizations. Communications and Public Information Office. Now these guys control the website 100%.
Yes, yes, yes.
So if I go here, this is an email contact form. I don't care about that. I'm trying to look for a name, an actual name. Organization chart, there's probably a name there. There's Public Information Deputy. So I can Google this for Web Creative Services. Maybe this one, I can Google this one, Ashley Harris, because it's Public Information Senior. So they control the site too. See, there's quite a few important. See this one, Chief Communications Director. That one, but that may be like this one may be too busy to answer emails, maybe, but it's a good contact. So I wouldn't be mad with this one. This one would be good. This one would be good. This one would be good as well. This one will probably be the best one, actually. If you read this, it says Corporate Public Information and Marketing Manager. So for an example, let's do that one. Okay, I don't see an email, but that's fine. Let's do this. This person probably has the most important. Douglas Matthews. See this one showing Douglas Matthews. Douglas.Matthews, the same thing. So notice the pattern. This is a very, I told you from the beginning, this is probably one of the hardest examples sites. So there's a pattern. Chief Communications Director, CD Austin, Douglas. So we know again that this is the right email.
Yes.
Same thing as this one, City Manager Spencer.Cronk. So knowing this, you know, notice the email. It's the same Douglas first name dot last name Cronk Matthews at
GOB, something, GOB.
right. So there's that pattern, right? So knowing this, what I do now is that I know this for a fact now. Then I know that how I can come up with my email for this person that I feel is the most important person. There.
So I can make email as same format if I see. Okay.
And this is a rare circumstance, right? So I don't typically like doing this unless I see a big pattern. You know?
Okay.
Because in this example, like I showed you, you know, it was very his email was like that, um, and the other email for the city manager matched the same format as this one. So I assume I did an educated guess that okay, then for Jasmine Wagner, it's gonna be the same, and that's why I did that for Jasmine. And yeah, and then we know that city. I believe the city is Austin, Texas. So, all right. So with these are very strong, three very good, very strong contacts for this one. And again, I just want to let you know that this is probably one of the hardest, very hard, difficult site to get contacts, and it can be complicated. But remember from the beginning that if you see a site like this, don't directly go to, you know, government and city managers and do that first. No. Don't ever do that, because that's how mistakes have happened with my projects in the past. Do my steps, you know, see the
Yeah.
department, see the page, and remember that I want context for that particular page. I want context for that particular section, and that's why I always look on the right. I always look on the left. I always look here, and try to see if there's a particular manager, director, or team member, or maybe an info at email, something on this page that I can use. And when I don't see anything, when there's nothing, then that's when I start investigating the whole site. That's when I start going, okay, what's my plan B? What's the best next contact? And then that's when I go to the city managers. That's when I use this and then found a directory and try searching for, you know, communications, marketing, uh, public information, office, officer, etc., etc. That's why I did that. But first, you have to always remember that I want context for that specific page. This is just a different circumstance. There were no contexts here, no context for the page. So then I went to plan B, and plan B was to get these other contacts. Any questions so far?
I understand.
All right, so going to this one, let's see if, um, what this does. All right, this is a regular business or county, I think, building Target County. So again, no contact info here. On the right, there's nothing. On the left, I don't see anything either. So then now I want to find something for, if I work backwards, like maybe there's a contact name here. Nope. All right, so then again, similar to that last example that I just showed you. Okay, now plan B. Plan B is, okay, let me find contacts, the best contacts for that whole, you know, website, organization. So then I go to uh, team, no. Get involved, committees, no. Plan member, no. No staff. Sometimes there's an about us here for section for it, but I don't see any. Well, there's an about here, but there's contact here too. So let's go to contact. There's a contact form. And I click there's the staff. And there's the staff. Okay, perfect. Executive director, membership director, membership, no. Government affairs director, no. Number one, still this one. I'm trying to see if there's a, there you go, communications. Then this one becomes number one. This one number two.
Yeah.
And then
Another three.
Then maybe Ryan, government affairs, or office manager. That's maybe too weak. Because she will not have that much power. She will be, if anything, she will forward my email to her. She doesn't. She's not a decision maker. It's just a regular office manager. So someone with more power will be maybe even that one, membership director, government affairs director, even this one. But for sure, most important, this one, number one email, Andrea. And I believe. And remember, this always varies because sometimes, for example, if this one didn't say communications manager, if this one was events, this is just an example. If it just was events manager, then Averly would be number one, and Andrea would be number two or number three. The only reason that Andrea is number one is because of this communications manager. She's directly involved with the things on the website, on the webpage. And those are the top two. And then the next ones, I'm not too particular. I'm not too strict. I'm happy with, if you pick the best first two contacts, then I'm very happy. The next ones would be okay. Which ones? I can just pick maybe Karen. If she's a director, she's a woman. Typically, women respond to emails more than men. Then just for the hell of it, I could put Ryan, government affairs. And then the city, it's Washington. Vancouver is the city, sorry. Washington is the state.
Hello, sir. 1 minute. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Someone is trying to enter this meeting. Please accept him because he is also my member, my team member.
Oh, okay. I just see him. I think you're trying to log in now. Okay. Hi there.
Cool. Hello.
जी भाई
All right, perfect. So I was just finishing this one. Let me just finish this one and then we'll go with the next example. So I have the city, the, and then one last email maybe to give you an example of like the generic email, if there is one. Sometimes there's, oh, another way, oh yeah, another way to, that I find contacts too. Again, this one was actually kind of very easy website, but another way to find contacts is I pay attention to their social media. So in this example, I click on their Facebook icon. This is the organization's Facebook. Then I go to typically, oh, there it is. There's the email address, or I make sure to go to their about, and then Avali, that's their email address. But we got that email from here. So it doesn't make a difference. But sometimes there's no emails on the website at all. Sometimes, and or maybe sometimes there is one email. There's only a generic email, maybe an info at blah 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 blah. Maybe that's here on the website. But if you click on their social media, on their Facebook, you'll see a different email on their Facebook, and I want that email too. So I always, if I see a website and they have a social media, a Facebook logo, I quickly just, click and I go to their about and I see if there's an email. If there's an email, boom, I get that email. In this case, it's not very important because look, we found many good emails here. So it's not that important. And just to put an extra one, I can just put Danielle, events director, but that's the weakest. It's not the most important email at all. Events director. All right, so now let's go to this one. Again, this one may be, I think this is a big organization, like a city website maybe, because I see all of this, businesses, community. So this may be a little bit difficult, so we'll see. Uh, so again, the first thing I do when I find contacts is I remember that I want contacts for this particular page. I want contacts for this page. So always remember that. And because I want contacts for this page, I look on the right. If there's any contacts or anything, nope. I look on the left here to see if there's contacts, team information, emails. Nope, I don't see anything. So now that I don't have any contacts for this particular page here, I try to work backwards. I work backwards to see maybe in this department or in this page there's contacts. And nope, I don't see anything here. Right, left, nothing. So then I go back. Now, like I stated before, for the very hard website, now I go to plan B. And my plan B is I need to find the best contacts for this whole website, for the whole, like which contacts will let me add something to this page, because I'm going to be emailing them and I'm going to ask them, hey, John, I want you to delete this. Or I'm going to go, hi, John, I want you to add something else to this page. I'm going to be emailing that emailing them that, and I'm going to ask them questions about this page, and I want them to change something about this page. So I need someone that will have control of that. So here I quickly go community. Is there team member information, nonprofit directory? Maybe that one, but no. Maybe that one. Individual families. No, that's more about business. Advisory, no. If I go to the bottom, there's an about and a contact. Okay, so what if I click on the about? Sometimes on the about, it has information for individual team members, staff members, etc. So these are individual people, but what are they? Community, volunteer. It doesn't say exactly. Okay, there it is, staff members. There's the president. Okay, perfect. So now remember, I want someone that can have quick and that can help me change something on that page that I told you. So now I have to hone into president CEO. Yes, she has the most power. Okay, but is there a marketing or is there a communications person? Yeah, there it is, marketing and communications coordinator. It would be best if there's a director, but coordinator's okay. All right, perfect. So now I would put this one first because it says marketing communications, and I don't like that it says coordinator because coordinators typically don't have too much power, but she's directly in the marketing and communications department, so that's fine. I wouldn't be upset if you put the CEO #1 and this one #2. I would not be mad. It's okay. But me, personally, I would put Ashley first because she's in that department. And then second, the president. So knowing this, Ashley, marketing communications coordinator. And you have to be careful too when you copy and paste those emails. Sometimes they have errors like that one. And again, for the new people that have joined, I put this column here because it's very important for me to have the names of these in order. So again, Ashley was #1, super important because marketing communications. Then Mary, the CEO, she could be #1 too, but you know, either one. I just like this one best because it had marketing and communication. Mary, CEO. And again, you see, you have to be careful with that. Something just a mistake. And then Director of Finance Operations, Director of Development. Sure, I'll put Amy as third as Director of Development. Now these are the main ones that I'm honing in for context, like the most important ones are for this particular organization. It's marketing again, and communications again, CEO, Director of Development. That's not really that important, but it's an email and it's okay as the third email. I'm happy with the first two, but just to put another email in there then that's perfectly fine. And sure, this one, why not? Director and operations too, so okay, sure. And general email, is there a general email here? Sometimes at the bottom of the page there is, or if I click on Facebook again, I don't see an email there. If I click on about, nope, no email. That's fine. So it doesn't look like there's a general email. And also, for example, if I did this for all the, I don't have to do this here, but this is a shortcut again that I use. If there were no contacts there, then I can type director. Typically, that would be the email domain. And then I will get these, you see, and then when I click on the site, I will get these. So it's just a shortcut I'm finding emails. All right.
You can find the general email also in previous page. You can check. Contact. You can find general email also. You can check the previous page.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can also. I didn't even try looking for the general emails, but yeah, like
that was the second one. Second one is the yeah.
That would be the general email. So yeah, great suggestion. So then that one would be the last one. There, that would be the general email. And I believe the only thing that we have left here is the city of where, the city and state, and that's where it is. That's the city. MD, that stands for Maryland. So city is that. All right, that's fine. Now we go to this one. So again, for this one, same process like that I did before. Before going, don't even go here. Don't do anything like that to make it easy and so that you don't miss any contacts. Always, you know, when you click on the link, make sure to look on the right because I want to get the contacts for that page, for this particular page. Right, there's no contacts. I look left, there's no contact for this particular page. This category, or I mean this department, it looks like this is just a single page. It's not an actual department directory. That's fine. I did see that general email, so I remember that. So now I know that, okay, there's no context here. There's no context on the left side for this page. Then I go to, plan B. Plan B is like we did before with the harder sites. Then I start examining the whole site for the best context. And typically I go to about us or the account or contact us here, or there's the alias, but about us, it has our staff. Okay, I click on our staff. It says director, perfect. What else? Associate director, perfect. I think this is making it easy. Development, communications associate. Perfect. So this one is a little bit tricky because associate. So number one is director, number two, manager. So correction, number one, executive, more powerful. Executive has more power. Second, then director has more power. Third, then coordinator, for example. And then last is associate. But I like this one because, again, it's communications, so he's directly involved. But I wouldn't be upset if you put number one, Donna, because most likely if I email Donna, hey, Donna, I need you, can you change something on your web page? She may say, yes, sure. And then she'll email or tell Isaac, hey, Isaac, change something, change this for him, and he'll do the work. But I'm not okay. I'm okay if you put Donna first, just to be safe, and then maybe the second one you can put this one, Isaac second, and then third, Sue. This one you can't really go wrong because both, that's very important. This one's very important too, associate director. And Isaac, obviously because of that. So I wouldn't be upset with either one, but just to be safe, I'm gonna put Donna first, just to be safe. I was thinking of putting Isaac first, but just to be safe, I'm gonna put Donna first. Director. And then the second one, I'm gonna put Isaac second. Because again, I like that he has communications. He's directly involved with the page. Then Sue and the third associate director. Okay, notice this, because I set it up. So this is a duplicate email. So there's an email, there's something wrong here. Sue Ring, you have to pay attention now. This is a good example. S Ring, that's her email. Perfect, that's her email. This one, you see, notice how it says mail to. The formatting is wrong when I do a copy. Because if I do copy email and paste it, notice how it's wrong. It's not here, it's not like this. So since I caught that, that's one of the main reasons why I also added this discover duplicate. It's for that too. So now I know, okay, there was an error here. So now I highlight it for Donna. And then I go back to Donna. And then that's the right email. Perfect. And now I know there's just the last email, just a general email. So the general email would be that. Perfect. And since these are the only contacts, what I do is I like to have this clean. So then I don't have to have some more contacts. So then I can delete this one and leave it clean like that. But here I won't delete it. I'll just leave it as is, like this. And then this is Kissimmee, Florida. Kissimmee, Florida. All right. Do you guys have any questions? Does this make sense?
Yes. Safed, Nazmul,
Yes.
hello?
Okay, I'm not speaking too slow or too fast, right?
If you need to speak slowly, more slowly, you can say our boss or sir. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
just let me know if I'm speaking too fast or if anyone has questions or you are confused with anything.
Do you have any
No,
question,
no confused.
Nazmul? Nazmul, you there?
Yes, yes, yes.
Nazmul?
Okay. All right, I'll go to this other example. Again, this one looks like I think it's going to be an easy one too. Again, this example, I look again, I want contacts for this page. I don't care about any other page. I want contacts for this particular page. So again, my method of finding contacts is I look on the right side for any contacts that I may see, team member information for this particular page. I don't see anything. I look on the left, see if there's any contacts. This is for the whole website, so it doesn't necessarily help me for this, but I still look. Okay, there's nothing particular for this page. Then I look here on the top of the page to see if there's maybe an for more information, email so and so. There's nothing. So then I go to what I told you before, my plan B, which is now okay. Now I look for the whole page, for the whole site. I mean, for the whole site. And now I can go to all right, about us, and see if there's like team member information or contact information for the staff. I don't see anything. Nope. If I click on home, sometimes on the home site there's an email. Nope, I don't see anything. Then our board, maybe here. I'm gonna click on board. So this is the board for this particular city. There's no emails, but there's names. Okay, that may work. I can maybe I may be able to use Google for this, maybe, but I'm gonna see if there's a contact us.
About us?
Affiliate contacts. Let's see what's affiliate contacts. So affiliate contacts, you have to be careful. This one can be confusing. Affiliate. So affiliate means people that are, or organizations that are affiliated, that are members. They work together with this organization. So this is
I was
one.
affiliate.
Right, so this is one organization, this is a different organization, this is a different organization. So this contact email, this will not help me. This contact email is for this organization, and I don't care about that one. This email would be for this organization, so that does not help me. So you have to be careful. This one maybe, you may think, oh, there's an email, and then I'm gonna add it to Excel. No, that would be wrong. So this does not help. So then I go back to our board. So this is the board members. Chairman, president would probably be the best, most important. Then this one, Barbara. I try to see if Google will be able to give me an email for Rebecca. No. And that makes sense that there's no email with Google, because again, this is a board. So the board of directors, typically these are people from different organizations. So they will most likely have a different domain email, a different domain on their email. So in this case, I'm just gonna see if there's an email for this domain, a general email or something to help me.
Oh, set.
Mhm. No. And then sometimes the domains are different. It's not .com, it's .org or .net. So I do that. Yeah, I don't see this one. Yeah, I don't see it. It seemed like an easy site, but I don't see any emails there. One last one for them. Nope. I don't see a Facebook. No Facebook, no Facebook. Unless I type in. Sometimes by doing this, I can find that Facebook page if they don't have an icon on their page, but I don't see anything. This is community forum. Let's see if this gives me an email. Nope. And then lastly, contact. I did email, but I didn't do contact. See, that email, that doesn't help me. Again, this is for affiliate contacts. That does not help me. All right, in this case, I don't see anything. So it's perfectly okay. This is perfectly okay to ignore all of it. And then since this is hard, then this one I will park yes card. And I would move on to the next one. This is a perfect example of that, because we tried finding contacts. I didn't find any. The only other last resort would be, and I think you guys may have a system, a platform. I have one too on the side, but that helps me scrape for emails for this particular website. So there may be an email, somewhere here in the code that the scraper may be able to pick up, whoever made the website, and it might be able to pop up maybe, but that's not necessarily the best contact. But sometimes it is, sometimes not. But in this case, just from the manual work that we did, then I don't see anything. That's fine. That's fine. I just always remember, put something yes if it's difficult. Always put it there, mark it yes for this column, check it if confusing or hard. And then after you do that, then you just move to the next one. Any questions for that one?
No.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
So for this one, hopefully it's a little bit easier. Again, I do the same thing. You guys need to remember that I want context for the page, for this particular page. So I look for this particular page. If there's information here for that, and this says compiled by Wes member Mirka Willis. So maybe Mirka, if I can find Mirka Willis' email, that would help me. But anyway, so that I keep an eye out for this. And then here on the right, no email, no contacts. Here on the left, nothing. I know here about Mirka, so I'll keep an eye on that. Then now I look for the whole site, Who in the whole site will be able to help me have control to help me add something here, because I'm going to be emailing these people and I'm going to ask them, hey, John, hey, Dennis, I need you to change something here. I need you to add something to your webpage here. So I need someone that has control of that. And knowing that, I click on About Us, About Wes, our leader, and staff. Okay, I like this one. Now this is plan B, remember, because I didn't see any context for that particular page. This is the leader, Amanda Popeye. Amanda, that's her email. Perfect. Intern, that means it's a student, someone that has no power at all. But okay, it's an email. But not that important. Coordinator, membership coordinator, okay, interesting. Is there communications or is there marketing or, oh, there it is, communications. And so before, number one was this one, senior leader. Yes, that was number one. But again, after looking, searching, this was a keyword. So this was Robin, coordinator. That's okay. So I would put this one first. And then Amanda, she's the senior leader. The contact, what does that mean? Okay, that's the contact email, staff page. This one again. So then the next one, maybe that coordinator assistant, communication, no. Business admin, maybe. I'll do this one, the membership coordinator. Why not? Now, this by itself is not important. This is not important at all, this membership. But I'm only including it because I'm running out of, emails. There are no more emails that are very important. This one is very weak in turn. But since I'm running out of emails, then I always like putting more emails than not that many, because at the end of the day, maybe Tom can forward this email to someone else. But at least I know that this one's very important, so I'll put that one first. And then at least I know that the senior leader, this one, that I have her email too. And then and general email is there. Yes. See, then that would be the general email. And that's in Washington, D.C. So DC stands for District of Columbia. All right, that's that.
Yes.
For this other one, I'm trying to see if there's another hard one to show you, because these have been fairly okay, with the exception of like the second one I think that I showed you, like that government site. That was like the hardest site as an example. But this one again, it looks like it's gonna be an easy site. I look on the right, there's no contacts for this page. I remember I want contacts for this particular page. Left, nothing. So now since there's no context that I see here, then I go to plan B. Then my next plan is, okay, fine, I'll get contacts for the whole site. That's
Yes.
only my plan B. Remember, plan A is to find contacts for the whole page, for this particular page. Sometimes this could be a department, sometimes it could be a section with different contacts. But in this example, it looks like that there's no context here. So then I go for the whole site. And like I did before, I click on the menus to see for something that officers and directors. Yeah, I think this one's the best one. So it's President David Ross. Okay. Board of directors, they typically have, one of the things to remember, board of directors, these guys are okay, but they're not the best, because they have too much power. Like they're too busy and they don't necessarily control the site too much. Regular employees, regular team members, are the best ones. Board of directors are, it's okay, but not the best. But regular employees, directors, regular managers, executive directors, etc., those are good. But board of directors, they're typically a little bit more hard to contact. But I mean, if there's no more, then it's okay. But always try looking for the other ones. So we know our president is David. There's no communications or anything here. So, okay, president's fine, vice president's fine, treasurer maybe. There's the Facebook. This looks to be the general email office. So we have that. But I'm gonna see if we have David's email. Maybe David's email is on Google. Since he's the president. There's vice president, Ryan Macy, Dave Rose. So Dave Rose, this one may be David. Sometimes people in the United States, they call David Dave. It's possible. So I click here. This is from their site. And,
This is the under
oh,
of this
I
page.
see it. Duh, it was right there. I didn't see it because it was in red. Okay, so that's perfect. It's actually, I didn't even have to use Google. It helped me, but I didn't really have to. It was right there. Okay, perfect. So they made it simple. So Dave, we know that one, President Rose. So number one would be the president. Dave. Number two, vice president, sure, Ryan. Second vice president, sure, Mike. And then Donna. Donna is the secretary. All right,
Secretary.
that's fine. And then the general email, we got that from here. And then this was in Baltimore, Maryland. All right, perfect. So this is a perfect example. And this was actually very simple too. So it wasn't that bad. And remember, if I didn't see many contacts there, then I always click on Facebook like I just did there. Because Facebook is a good tool. Sometimes people just don't put emails on their website, but they put emails on their Facebook for whatever reason. In this example, they did not do anything, so it doesn't help, but it's always good practice to click on Facebook for that. And for this one, oh, I think this is a good example for an education. So you notice .edu, these are a little bit hard, and then this one's probably a hard one too, government. So again, I do the same process that I did before. I want to have contacts for this particular page. Always remember that. Not website, page. So the page, I look on the right, there's no contact information for that page. I look on the left, there's no contact information. I look Here, maybe sometimes like before, there's something written, email address or name. No, I don't see anything. So that's fine. I don't see anything here. So now, okay, so this page doesn't, and there's no department here. No, I can't work backwards. Yeah, so okay. Then I go, okay, what's the best contact for this whole site? It says fresh produce call. Actually, I almost did a mistake. Look, there's an email right here. Supposedly there's an email us here, so this gets me to that contact form. But it doesn't help. It doesn't seem like it's working. That's fine. Then I go to the menus. Here's the About Us. There's this, but there's no actual names for the organization. FSMM overview. Nope, nope. I click on home. Sometimes there's an email here in home. I don't see anything. So then the next thing, this is a little bit hard one, but one of the things to remember is that this is in college. So this is the actual college domain, polstate.edu. And this looks to be the department, fresh produce. So I know FSMA overview, FSMA. Now I'm just doing this to go that extra mile. So if I do this, this is gonna get me to the main site of the university. And then here, I try finding the directory. Let's see, find people. What I can do. So this one it seems like it's a little bit harder than, I can use Google as well, but fresh produce.
So harder it is.
Okay, I think I may have found them. All right, yeah. So I use Google. So this is a harder one. So I use Google. I use the domain for that university. Then I typed in that department's initials, and then I just typed director, and then I got this product safety professionals, and it's within that domain that I wanted contacts from. You see, fresh produce. Listed below are clutters where I really relevant for safety and safety. That's it. And these are from the university. So I would be okay with these. These this page is probably not the best page for me, but it's an okay page because she might be able to help me, or she might be able to send my email to the best person. But this is an okay. This is an okay, but it's a hard example. So for this one, I would definitely 100%. I would mark this yes difficult because it is very difficult. And Marissa, and she's supposed to be the food safety extension specialist. All right. Christy. And then I would put this one, Martha, extension specialist. The rest ones, the other ones I don't really like that much because you see, notice there's a domain for the university, that domain for the university. And now this one, she may help them, but it's a different domain, so I'm not a big fan. Maybe I could use this one, but I'm okay with those three. It's not my favorite site. It's not my favorite page. It's kind of weird actually, but it's fine. I did my best. Those are good, three good contacts. Uh, it's in Colorado State, so it's in Colorado. What's the city? The only way to get the city would be to go to the main site, it looks. And it's in Fort Collins, Colorado. So one thing that I forgot to mention for all of these, because I was concentrating in this, I was concentrating here on all of this, but one of the things that I forgot is this, the topic. So always remember to select the appropriate topic for the page that you're looking at. So when you're looking for example, for this one, All right, yeah. So for this example, um, you have to look at the page and see, okay, what is this? If you read the page quickly, it will tell you what it is about. Or if you look at the resources, it will tell you what it is about. Sometimes it's about mental health. Sometimes it's about exercise. Sometimes it's about uh, parenting, for example. So just make sure to select the most appropriate on the list. In this case, it was a weird site. So in this case, you would have selected other because it's not about addiction. It's not about counseling. It's not mental health. It's not college or school resources. You see, school resources, I would not put that as that. It is a university page, but just because it says university page, what this is about, it's about, it looks like it's about food safety.
Food safety.
Exactly, food safety. So here, I don't think I have anything about food
Other.
safety. So since I don't have any, well, I have food and nutrition. So, okay, actually, maybe, yeah, food and nutrition. Yes, I would put that there. Perfect. It would be, you're right. It would be food and nutrition. I forgot that I had that.
Food and nutrition, right?
Yeah. So, okay, so I have that and that's done. Now for this one, I believe this is another hard one, the .gov, .government. Let's see if it is or not. All right, so again, remember that I'm only looking for pages. I'm only looking for contacts for this particular page. So I want contacts for this particular page, for this particular page. So I look on the right, there's no contacts. I look on the left, there's these links, and there's about us, the staff directory. Okay, that may be helpful, but this looks more like for the whole site, for the whole department, for the whole, yeah, for the whole site. But that's good. That may be good. So what happens if I click about us? Will this change or not? Okay, it's still within this thing. It's about us, so that's fine. If I go back, let me see what happens if I work backwards. Is there context for that? I need to remember. Is there context here? Maybe there's context. No, there's no context. Okay. So now that there's no context for that particular page section, for this particular section, there's no context. Then I go, okay, fine. Let me look at the whole site. And then that's when I go to About Us. I already did that. Staff directory. Let's see what happens if I click here to staff directory. And wow, there's a lot to choose from. So here I tried to hone in for, again, what we talked about, communications maybe. There it is. Chief Communications Officer. Is there marketing? Nope, no marketing. Public information. Nope, that. Director. There's going to be a few directors. Deputy grants, no. Program manager, that may be very important actually, because this would be the program manager for this. It would be the program manager for this, I would think. So That would be important. There's another program manager here. There's many program managers actually, but there's an executive director here. So actually, number one would be, let's go to what I said before, this one.
Communication, chip communication.
Right. So we have that one, and that's Robin. So that would be super important, number one. Officer. Now when I go back here,
Director, you can put in second.
and there's a lot of directors here, so you have to be careful. See, there's deputy director, there's victim services. Now I need to remember that, okay, so this is crime prevention, youth and victim services. This is the page. This is what you have to do. So this is the, notice, crime prevention, youth and victim services. This is the whole section. So deputy director of victim services. Deputy director is, it's very good. I'm trying to see if there's a regular. It's,
Executive director here is
right, or something without deputy. Deputy means that they're not that powerful, but it's a good one. So for all these, I wouldn't be mad if you were to select. If you were to select this one, that's fine. I'm happy with that one. I'm happy with this one, deputy director. You see this one, no, because yes, it says director grants, but remember, if you have, that's where you have to look at the whole page carefully. So this is the section, crime prevention, youth and victim services. So now you know, okay, I want that. So deputy victim, director of victim services, yeah, I'll put Barbara. Of
victim services.
service.
Right.
Yeah. And again, director, executive director, maybe this one too. But what if, I'm not sure what if she's an executive director for this or something else. So that's why I'm not that sure. Program manager. This one, Kim, sure. But just to put an executive director because they have good power, I'm gonna put that one. Just, this is an educated guess, a good guess of mine. So I'm gonna put that one. Glenn. So this one, be careful. It says B. So if you don't have the first name, then ignore that and just put his second middle name first. And then also you can look at the email. You know, it says Glenn. So Glenn Sec Director. Glenn. And then the other one, I'll do the one that I was about to select. Yeah, that one. Victims, because this is victims from assistance from a manager. Sure. Boston. And program. And general email. These guys have a lot of emails, but that's maybe if it's on Facebook, they'll have a general email there. Nope, it doesn't look like that. Nope, and that's fine. I'm happy with those contacts. You can add another one. I mean, I'm always happy with more emails, more good emails, but I'm definitely happy with these two. And so actually with all of them, they're very good emails. You can always add one more if you want. I'm okay with those four, but if you want to add one more, then that's perfect. That's not, that's a good practice to do. I prefer to have more emails than, you know, less, but always remember that I like good emails, good contacts. If there's only one contact, that's perfectly okay. But always, you know, try using Google to help you, or directories like I've been showing you here, and making sure to that you remember that I want contacts for that specific page that I'm sending you. So if I send you this, I want contacts for this particular page, and you have to be very careful when you review the page so that you don't miss important context for that page. So that's why I always do, you know, plan A, look right, look left, pay attention to that page, work backwards, because this is the section, pretend this is like the department, coronavirus department. So maybe they have contacts there. And in this case, there were no contacts. Maybe they could have been here, email director of coronavirus or something. Then that would have been the number one contact. That would have been the number one contact. But I don't see anything here. So then that's when I go to plan B. My plan B is to then, okay, then I look for the whole site. And then that's when I go to About Us, Staff Directory, and I try to find the best contacts there. And this one's in Maryland, I believe. But Maryland, Huntsville. All right. Well, we got done with 10. And how are you guys feeling? Did this help? Or did you have any questions
Yes,
for me?
Abed, please comment. Is it helpful for you?
For me, it's very helpful for me to show you, you know, how I think, because I think it's important for you guys to know how I think and how I work, because I do this every single day. I just have a lot of work, so I can't do this for every single thing that I send you. So the work that I send you is because I need help. So what I showed you here, what I showed you all of this is my work. This is what I do every single day. So and so that's why this is my method. This is what I do, you know, to get the best contacts and the most important contacts in order. This is what I do, and I think it's always best to show you, whoever's helping me, you know, to show them how I work so that you can duplicate what I do.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's helpful. It's helpful for me, but most important is, is if this is helpful for you, if this is gonna help you and your team. I hope it does. And if not, we can always have another webinar. But I hope it does help. And if you have any questions, let me know. Are there any questions? Was this helpful for everyone?
I have no question, but Safayat, do you have any question? Hello, is he in? Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm here.
Is he in, Safayat?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
So
think.
do you have any question to ask?
No, I'm no question.
So do you understand all?
Yes, yes, all.
Okay, and well, you recorded this too, right? So, and I have the recording as well, so I can send this over to you guys. But uh, uh, Rochelle, if you could send this to your team, the recording, then that would be great so that they can review it. I think the other person that joined left, but uh, yeah, I mean, we can. If this has helped, then I think we can end it here.
I think it will be helpful for our team, for my team, and they will work properly from now.
All right, great. So this, I'm gonna send you 500 more, including these. I'm gonna send you this one that we just worked on,
Yeah, sure.
and the other I guess 490.
Yes, yes, yes.
Uh,
That is 490.
so yeah, and we'll talk more on Skype. But all right, thank you.
Okay, sure.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, bye. Take
Bye.
care. Stay safe.
You also.
Bye.